letting a wheel spin inside my Disney princess castle. Now, there's a lot of princesses, so this could end up being a really big castle. Let's see how many rooms we get. Hopefully it's not one. That's crazy, and that doesn't count. I'm spinning again. I can't believe that landed on 1. That would have been like the shortest video. 8. Okay, 8 is better. But now, which princesses are we gonna decorate for? Our first princess is Mulan. Next, we're gonna get Moana. Our third Disney princess is Belle. Our fourth princess. It's Rapunzel. She's my favorite. Our fifth princess is Snow White. Number 6 is the Little Mermaid. Our 7th princess is Cinderella. And the last is Sleeping Beauty. This is gonna be so cute. Now for this castle, I do want to base it off of the actual Cinderella castle in Disney World, but on a slightly smaller scale. I want to create a bedroom for each princess rather than making a random room like a dining room or a bathroom a princess theme. So this castle will have 8 bedrooms, 1 for each princess. Because this is a castle build, I also think it would be really fun to have a big ballroom with areas decorated to represent each princess staying in the castle. Ta-da! I feel like I low-key ate this. Just don't look at the back. Actually, wait, you know what? No. I'm not ashamed. I'll show it to you. It's not that it's bad. It's just less detailed and not accurate if you're comparing it to the real thing. The front is definitely more accurate. Definitely better. I like it a lot. What do you think about it? To get this build close to resembling the real thing, I chose a light gray brick for the castle walls and towers. I trimmed everything with white. I used a baby pink block for the interior walls. Then I covered each roof with blue. Now, I didn't have many gold blocks to pick from, so for like the very tippy top parts of the roof, I just mixed together some orange blocks and fences with some sandstone walls. Shall we go on an empty castle tour? Da-da-da. So basically, when you enter, this is gonna be the ballroom. Up, there's grass in here. Hold on. Oops. But anyway, yes, this is the ballroom. Obviously not decorated yet. I thought it'd be fun if this was the first thing you saw when you walked in. Yes, you can actually walk through the back side because I made the front and the back kind of the same. But it is kind of blocked with stairs because I felt like if we're gonna have a ballroom, we do have to have a grand staircase. As you go up the grand staircase, you can look out the back balcony, or you can keep going up the stairs to the first floor of bedrooms. Now, it's kind of dark in here. I'm gonna have to fix that. But all the rooms basically look the same. So we have a room like this. We got windows. And we also have like a fake glowing window just because some walls are covered by other walls and you couldn't get a window. So we have fake windows. And then if you go up these ladders, we have the next set of 4 bedrooms. Okay, from walking through the bedroom area just now, I realized that the hallways looked really flat and the lower level was kind of dark. So I fixed it. Doesn't this look so much better? I took out some blocks between the bedrooms to make the walls more interesting, added a bunch more light, and above each bedroom entrance, we have some cute windows. Starting with my favorite princess, this will be Rapunzel's room. Now, because all these rooms are really tall, I kind of feel like it would be fun to give each princess bedroom a lofted area. We could either put their beds up there, or it could be a place for their animal companions. These are gonna look so cute when they're decorated. On the topic of decorating, the sponsor of today's video is Disney Dreamlight Valley. I just started playing this game and I've quickly become obsessed. It is literally the perfect cozy game. You can farm, fish, cook, interact with your favorite Disney and Pixar characters, and my favorite part of all, you can decorate. Look at how cute my room is already. I have like the starry cloud window, a star bed, starry wallpaper, and I even have a super cute arcade machine. Also, do you see my outfit? After I fixed Scrooge's shop, I got access to the store and this was there to buy. Oh my gosh, those overalls. This is like literally my outfit. Stop, wait. Besides buying items in the shop, you can craft your own furniture, customize clothes, and even decorate outside. One of my favorite things, like in general, is when games have mystery items. And while I was exploring, I found mystery bags with really cute clothing and furniture items in them. It's so fun. There is a ton of content to explore in this game. Like literally there's so many items to collect, characters, quests, areas to unlock, and they update with new stuff every few months. It also just happens to be the perfect time to start playing because the new Wish Blossom Ranch expansion is releasing November 19th. Your journey begins with a call to restore the ranch by rebuilding and uncovering the truth behind the surge of untamed wish magic. And guess what? For the first time ever, they're adding horses! You can interact with and ride Maximus from Tangled, my favorite Disney movie. Restoring the ranch will also bring new characters like Snow White, Tinkerbell, and there's 3 new biomes full of magic and secrets. I'm so excited to keep playing, and if you haven't played yet, Disney Dreamlight Valley is on sale now in most digital storefronts. Click the link in my bio to begin your adventure, and thank you to Gameloft for sponsoring this video. Okay, now I took the time to go around to each bedroom and pick out items that I want to decorate with, and in doing that, I decided that I actually don't want this to be white. We're changing it. There we go. I also, I switched around the direction because I feel like this makes more sense. Now to make this feel a bit more like Rapunzel, we're making the floor purple. This is perfect. We have the purple to match her dress and the yellow to match her hair. Do you see all the cute stuff that I found for her room? I was actually gonna just use a regular purple bed, but then I found this. Is this not perfect? You know the song of the movie, When Will My Life Begin? Well, I looked at the lyrics and I tried to pick out some stuff that went with the words. So we have 7 a.m., the usual morning lineup. So we have a clock for somewhere. Then we start on the chores and sweep till the floor is all clean. I have a broom. Then she reads books, adds new paintings to her gallery. She'll play guitar and knit. She'll cook, and basically, I'm probably gonna run out of space in this room. You get the point. I want to put most of her fun hobby stuff downstairs by her bed, and the art stuff can go in the loft. First, let's find out where we can put some bookshelves. Maybe this wall would be perfect. Ooh, wait a minute. What if we added bookshelves on either side of the bed? Over here, we can add a tall stack of books. Maybe a shorter stack can go on this bookshelf. Oh, do I have a lamp? I have lanterns. Wait, I forgot that I picked these out. Obviously, we're gonna have lanterns. Is this too much? I kind of really like it. Look at all of our floating lanterns. Cute. Now we definitely need to have some surfaces to put things on. So maybe over here we can have these drawers. Then on those drawers we can have her crown, a hairbrush, and a frying pan. In the corner here we can have the broom. Then over here I want to display the guitar. We could put a yarn basket at the end of her bed. And the alarm clock could go on this bookshelf. Rapunzel also does puzzles and darts, baking, chess, pottery, candle making. I obviously don't have all of the things that she talks about, but I do have a dartboard. So maybe we can put that on the wall. Maybe throw some candles over here. Now, can I place items on this bed? Because I have a white horse plushie that we can pretend is Maximus. And I think it would be cute to put on the bed somehow. That's perfect. Now for the rest of the space down here, I just want to add a bit of carpet. And now we can add her art stuff. Along this entire window, I want to add a desk. And then right in the middle, we can have a stool. I do have these really pretty paintings that I want to display because they kind of give me Rapunzel vibes. So maybe we can place those here. In the middle of the space, I want to have a desk easel. And then I also have like one with a painting on it. So we could put that here. Or actually, let's put it here. Here we can have a paint bucket. Here we can have some water. Then we can have watercolor clutter, a palette, and a sketchbook. Now, normally I'd put that on a desk, but I want to put Pascal up here. Ta-da! I know it's just a custom head, but like, it works. Not because Pascal is green. I feel like he would like these green fairy lights. And he'd probably also like these that kind of look like bugs. Now I can just add a bit of purple carpet. And to fill out the rest of the space, I want to add some plants. Let's get down to business and decorate Milan's room. Look at all the stuff we have in here. For her space, I was thinking that the downstairs area should be like a training area, a place to display weapons, just because the area is larger. And then upstairs, we can have her bed. So let's see. I do have a training dummy, which is perfect. Oh, we also need to have a space for her makeup and her food. You know the scene in the movie when she's getting like her makeup done and all that stuff and she's drinking tea? Well, we've got tea. We've got makeup. Also, look what I have. Okay, so like technically this isn't like the right color, but I have this dragon that we can pretend is Mushu. And I also made a custom armor set with the Spire armor trim to kind of look like her outfit. It's not accurate really at all, but it's similar colors. It's like dark gray and like bluish cyan teal. I tried. But okay, let's add some training dummies to this wall. And maybe we could put an armor stand in the middle, add the armor to it, and around the armor we can display weapons. Now I know in one of the training scenes they're using like really long sticks. Don't know the real name, but to kind of replicate that, we can use this framed pole and make it whatever wood color we want. So it can kind of look like that. Wait, I have framed item frames? Hold on, wait, what does that mean? I can make it look like whatever I want. Cute! Okay, let's have an item frame for the bow and arrow. And then on this side, we can just have 2 to display swords. Now let's see what makes the most sense in terms of placing stuff down, because I want to add this vanity for makeup, but I also want a table for the tea and stuff. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, now on this table, we can add some tea. Over on the vanity, we can add some makeup. Oh, can I not place this here? Please, no. No, that's crazy. Why can't I put it there? Oh, I can! I got it! I had to jump and like crouch a couple times, but it worked. Perfect. But I also have this, and it's beautiful. And I feel like it would go really well with this room. Is it crazy if I put that there? It's just so cute. I love it. Oh, but wait a minute. Get rid of the table I just did. I kind of like this because it's kind of like a separation from like the training zone and like the house getting ready makeup tea zone. Do you think we could figure out a way to fit the tea on here? Please. Please. Oh, wait. I got it. Okay, wait, this could work. Okay, we have makeup here, tea here, a little place to sit. Do you think it would look cool if we use these pieces on the sides of the vanity to display the dragon? Okay, wait, wrong way. Oh. Dragon. No. No. Please. Please. Okay. I got it. Oh, look how cool that is. I feel like we definitely need some carpets down here, though. Basically, the colors I picked out for this room, we have green planks because of her outfit. Yellow is on her outfit, and so is a little bit of red and blue, hence why I picked a blue bed. Now, it does feel a bit dark in here, so we should definitely add some lights. And to do that, we have fairy lights and paper lanterns. Should we add these? Or should we add these? Okay, I kind of like both. I also do have a white flower light that I wanted to put somewhere because she does wear flower in her hair at one point. So maybe we can just add these to the walls to brighten up this back area. Then I kind of want to see what it would look like adding in some bamboo. And I kind of want to add some more here too. This is so pretty. Now that the bottom's done, let's work on the loft. Because this is a smaller space, there's really not much we could do up here, but we can place her bed in the middle, add some yellow carpet. Above the bed, we can add another flower. In the corners, we can add some shelves. And then on those shelves, we can have a block with a sword on it. We can add a cherry sapling, her pretend Mushu, some dumplings, and her horse. Next, let's decorate for Sleeping Beauty. Most of the stuff that I have picked out for her room has a lot to do with the good fairies that kind of help her out throughout the movie. So for this downstairs portion of her room, we can set it up like a kitchen. In the middle, we can have a big baking table. Then I do want another table because I also have this baking stuff. Unless I could put it here and combine it. Can I combine this? Kind of. Then we can just add some barrels, couple of buckets. Oh, and also I don't have like a big blue birthday cake like the one that they make in the movie, but I have this pink one and I think it's pretty cute. Oh, something else that I wanted to display was a sewing area because, like, you know how, you know, dresses are being made in this movie. I have a sewing table. Or wait. Could we put this like in the middle of the room this way? Would that be weird? I like it for the cake. And I like the tablecloth on it. I know it's a sewing table, but we can just pretend it's not. That's really cute. And then maybe we could put something else on the table too. We can either add a basket or the rose that she holds when she's sleeping. Oh, I can't forget about the spinning wheel. Wait a minute. This is like the most important part of the movie. And I have it in Minecraft, which is crazy. We'll put it there. Just don't touch it. Around the spinning wheel, I did think that it would be kind of fun to add some like stained glass to kind of look like that creepy spell that Maleficent put on her. And then I also have her face. So this could kind of just be like the creepy green Maleficent wall. Okay, then here we can have a sewing machine. We could have some sewing thread, some sewing clutter. Maybe we could put some more like fabric on the floor and a yarn basket for fun. Also in like the kitchen side, we have to add a broom and a mop. Then to represent the fairies, I know that these are kind of witch hat fairy lights, but they do kind of look like the hats that the fairies wear, and I thought it might be cute. There we go. Now on the floor, I do want to add a bit of carpet. On the wall by the windows, I want to add banners for curtains. And now we can work on the upstairs. Obviously, I want to place her bed here, but I also want to add a bunch of stuff that kind of represents the scene when she's in the forest and she has Prince Philip's cloak and like the birds are carrying it. So, okay, I have this. Then I do have this little red robe, and we could pretend with the little burbs on the wall like this that they're holding it. There's also an owl in that scene, so we could put an owl over here. On either side of the bed, we can have some shelves, so we can have a basket. Here we can have the horse. We could add a candle holder, her crown. Then around her bed, we can add some green carpet, so it looks like she's in the forest. And surrounding the bed, we can add some bunnies. Next up, let's decorate for Belle. Now, Belle loves to read, so obviously I have a lot of books in this chest that we can decorate with. But primarily in this downstairs area, I want this to be a dining room to display, like, you know, the dishes and plates and teacups and stuff that are actually people. What if we did something like this? Now, I could put a table like along the entire room, but I feel like we're gonna want space for other things. I also have this giant china cabinet. Oh, could that fit in here? This looks so cool. I love all the dishes inside. Hey, wait, look, we could pretend that that's Chip and that that's Mrs. Potts. Okay, but wait. We actually do have stuff for that. We have a gold candle holder that we could pretend is Lumiere. And wait, we also have like this little clock that we can pretend is Cogsworth. Okay, this should definitely go in the middle. Oh, it's perfect. And then maybe on this side, we can just add a stack of plates. Wow, those are really big. Okay, now I do have this pretty chandelier, and I also have a stained glass chandelier that we could hang. That is a bit long. Wait. I love it, though. We could probably put it over here. Chandelier. Oh, wait, what's this one? This looks shorter. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. We're using that. And I think I have some wall dishes. Did I? Yeah, I have these. We could probably put these above the cabinets. Look at this. Oh, that's perfect. It's like so many plates and so many cups. Okay, now in the rest of the space on this side of the room, we could add like full walls of books, and then also upstairs in her bed area, we can add a bunch of books. Maybe we could like punch out some spaces for books. Also, I do want to put books like, you know, all over the floor and stuff. So we can put books here. We could put books here. Maybe we break more for like, there's a bunch of different books. That's kind of nice. We can hang this longer chandelier from the ceiling. And then up in the loft, we can add her bed. On either side of the bed, we can add these rose end tables that I found. And even though I don't have like a rose covered in like a pretty glass dome thing, I do have a rose and a vase. Now I think over here we could just add an open book. We could add some more books in here, some more books in here. And then downstairs in the rest of this space, I did have some other things that kind of resembled some of the items that come alive in the movie. I feel like this antique book stand kind of fits the vibe. This footstool, we have a coat rack that maybe we can put there. And then there's a grandfather clock. Oh, I almost forgot her little basket of stuff that can go up here. And for a final touch, we can add the beast. Next, I want to decorate for Moana. Now, Moana's room is kind of a challenge for me. It's probably the room with the least amount of stuff that I have picked out for it. And that's mostly because, like, she's in the ocean most of the time. As you can see from the room right now, I made the floor sand for obvious reasons. And then the lofted area is a dark wood to represent her boat. Now, I kind of want to include water in this space, so it might be fun to get rid of some of this sand. That way we can have like our own mini ocean. Moana's room could technically be the first room that we have that has like a lounging sofa area in it. The rest of the rooms actually don't have sofas, I'm realizing. Now, I did pick out a couple of custom heads, like we have some shells, we have starfish. I was able to find one for Hey Hey, the little annoying rooster guy. I wasn't able to find one for like the pig specifically, so I just kind of got one that looked similar. Should we, wait, I put a bamboo raft in here, and I know hers is not bamboo, but wait, that's kind of, can we put this on here? No. It would be so cool if I could put the chicken on here, the rooster, whatever, you know what I mean, the bird. Could we pretend? Pretend. Kinda! Wait, I kinda like that. Okay, and then we could put like the little pig over here. Now, I kind of forget what it's called, but Moana has like a paddle or an oar that she carries with her. And I was thinking maybe with these framed blocks that we could kind of replicate that. You know what I mean? Like, kinda. Maybe we shouldn't put it here. I kind of do want to build a palm tree. So we could put a little one right there. I'm trying really hard to make this look like a palm tree, and it's totally not looking like a palm tree. Oh, man. Okay. Now that's giving palm tree. Now, hanging across the loft, I want to add some red fairy lights because she's got red in her outfit. And then I did find some little custom coconut heads to be like those little guys on the big ship in the ocean. Maybe we can just kind of like plop them around. Then because she does wear a flower crown, I want to add some red and orange flowers to the walls. We could even add some back over here. And then I also have these carpet colors if we want to mix them up on the ground here, just to kind of bring more of the color of her outfit into the space. Now for the upstairs loft, we're going to add her bed in between the windows. I do want to add some more of that carpet up here. Then we have these cute ocean themed fairy lights. We could add some shelves. On those shelves, we could have her flower crown on display. We could have the shell that she holds the heart in. Next to that shell, we can display the heart. And then over here, we could have a little boat block. On the sides of the windows, we can add some red banners. And on the ceiling, we can mix together some orange banners with red fairy lights. Next up, we have Snow White's room. I'm excited for this one. I want to incorporate all of the 7 dwarfs, so I have all of their heads. And obviously, I have all their beds. So up in the loft up here, that's where they're gonna go. So we have Sneezy, Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, Dopey, Duck, and Bashful. We can add a blue bed, a yellow bed, a purple bed, a brown bed, red, gray, and green. Downstairs, I want to have Snow White's bed, so we can add a dotted red block as the headboard. Then we can have a blue bed and frame it out with red. On the floor, I want to add some carpet that resembles her outfit, so we can have red, blue, and yellow. On the windows, we can add blue banners for curtains. Then on either side of the bed, we can have some nightstands. On this one, we can have a candle holder. And on this one, we can have the apple. Above the bed, we can add a cuckoo clock. And surrounding it, we can add all of our forest friends. So we have a bunny, a bird, a turtle, a red bird, a black bunny, and a golden bunny. Hanging from the loft, I want to add some colorful banners with some red fairy lights mixed in. Then in the front half of this space, I want to make it a mine. So we have some diamond blocks. We have some emerald blocks. Then we can mix in some regular stone and some custom heads. We've got diamonds, emeralds, and rubies. Now we can do something similar to this side of the wall. And over here, we can add some crystals. Maybe on top in the loft, we can add an anvil by their bed. And in some item frames, we can add their pickaxes. Something else that would suit this top area would definitely be some lanterns. And if we get some chains, we can have them light up the mining areas. Now, there are deer in Snow White, but I don't really have deer. But I do have this Christmas decoration. I could put it on the... Oh, wait, it stands up off of the wall? Oh, okay. I guess we could put, like this in front of the nightstands. So they're kind of like little glowing deer. And then to fill up the empty space in the corners by Snow White's bed, we can add some flowers. The next princess bedroom I want to decorate is for the Little Mermaid. Obviously, because she's under the sea, I chose to make her loft out of prismarine. Now, for Little Mermaid's room, I actually think that I want to put her bed downstairs instead of up in the loft because I want to make a clamshell bed. Ta-da! Wait, this is actually so cute. I know it's kind of covering the windows, but that's okay. Should we add some cyan banners for curtains? Yes. Okay, and then look at all the stuff that I found. We've got coral, we have fishing nets. I don't have a fork, but I've got a brush that we could pretend is like the thingamabob. And then we have a trident, we've got squids. I have Flounder and Sebastian. We should put them on our bed. Ooh, maybe like floating, like they're in the ocean. Cute. Oh, and I also have the little seagull guy. Maybe we get some sand and we can just build up a little sandy area and put him right there. I kind of feel like along these walls, it would be really cool to make it look like her underwater cave full of all the stuff she's collected. So let's put some rocks around. Oh wait, you know what might be fun? Adding some sea lanterns to the floor. Yeah, wait, this is so cute. Okay, now we can add a barrel over here, some books, a candle holder, a jewelry box, a hairbrush. Also, I know I said I didn't have a fork, and I meant like I don't have a singular fork, but we have a place setting that has a fork in it we could use. Could have a compass over here, a book here, maybe a stack of books downstairs, a smaller stack of books up by the telescope. Then we can add some glasses. And where could we add the trident? There we go. We'll add some fun corally bits. That's pretty. And now we can add some more ocean decorations. We have these cute little seaweed planters that we can put by the bed. We've got a sand castle. We can pretend that this plushie is Max. And can I put seagrass down? No, it has to be in water. We could just add some sea pickles around. Maybe up in the loft, we can have a glow squid, a regular squid. And up here, we can have a dolphin. Then we can have a starlight, pretending it's a starfish. We can add some pufferfish lights. We can add this fishing net on the wall. Hanging from the loft, we can add some purple fairy lights. And on the ground, we can add some purple carpet. For Cinderella's room, I know I want to have the bedroom downstairs as well as all of her cleaning stuff. Then up in the loft, we'll have space for sewing. So starting in the middle of this space, we can use this pretty blonde colored block to match her hair for the headboard. Then she can have a blue bed, And we can surround the bed with that same blonde yellow color. On the windows, we can add some blue banners. And then around her bed, we can add some sparkly stars and moons. At the head of her bed, I think it would be funny if we added some pumpkins. And we should probably add some clocks so she knows when it's close to midnight. Now, because Cinderella has a bunch of nice little mouse friends that help her out, we can add some little custom mousy head blocks to the floor. We can add some up in the loft. And on the floor over here, we can have an item frame for her glass slipper. Now, obviously, I don't have a singular slipper, so we're using diamond boots. Now, when it comes to cleaning, we could add a broom over here, a mop with a bucket over here. We could put a sponge on the floor. And then I also have a clothing line. Can I hang, that kind of works. I do still want to add some like fairy lights and stuff though. And you know, it would be perfect. Little yellow starlights. I also feel like yellow and blue banners would look really cute in here. And then I almost forgot that I have a laundry basket. Okay, now up in this loft, I know I put this little mousey guy here. I think we're gonna have to move him over a bit. That way I can add a big desk along this wall. We could plop down a stool in the middle, have a sewing machine up top, a bunch of sewing table clutter. Then here we can have thread and fabric. At the end over here, I do have a mannequin, which is like kind of perfect. And then on the floor around everything, we can add some carpet. Now, in the movie, there is a horse, a dog, and a cat. I don't exactly have the best representation of those characters, but we could just pretend that this is the cat, and this is the dog. And over here, we could have the horse hanging from the ceiling. I definitely want to add some plants. And I know I don't really have a fairy godmother in Minecraft to add here, but I can spawn it in a lei and give it a stick like it has a fairy wand. Wait, where are you going? You're not supposed... You're supposed to be in Cinderella... Oh, okay, bye. Well, now that all the bedrooms have been decorated, the last thing to do is to decorate this ballroom. Basically, to make this place look a little bit more fancy, I think I'm gonna try to trim out all the windows, add some detail to these columns, and then we can add a bunch of banners and bunting to represent each princess. So the first thing I wanna do is add a couple of stairs to the bases of all of these columns. Then we can do the same thing on the ceiling. And now we can trim out the windows. Like that. That's pretty. One window down, 9 to go. Ta-da! Now that everything's trimmed out, I definitely want to add some blue carpet to the floor. And in the middle of the room, we can add a chandelier. That is literally so pretty. So I have this one, and I also have this smaller one. But I think I kind of want to use the big one everywhere. Pretty. Now all we have to do is add banners for the princesses. I have a yellow and blue banner for Cinderella. Then we can display this purple and magenta one for Rapunzel. Here we have yellow, blue, and red for Snow White. Yellow and red for Belle. Blue and pink is for Aurora. Cyan and purple is for the Little Mermaid. Then we have blue and green for Mulan. And red and orange for Moana. Well, now that everything's been decorated, let's go on a tour. So obviously, this is the outside of our castle. And as you go inside, the first thing you see is the ballroom. We've got big chandeliers, giant trimmed out windows, little wall sconces, and banners representing all the princesses staying in the castle. Now, if we go up the grand staircase, this first floor of bedrooms is home to Mulan, Ariel, Aurora, and Moana. First up in Moana's room, we have the little rooster on the raft. Then we have our little pig friend. We have the little coconut guys, flowers, shells, palm trees, a cozy couch to hang out on. And then upstairs in the loft, we have her bedroom with her shell and the heart of Tafiti, as well as some plushies and her flower crown. Across from Moana's room, we have Mulan's room. I love this room. We have Mulan's armor, her weapons, some test dummies to practice fighting on. We have some beautiful cherry trees, bamboo, lanterns. Then back here, we have her makeup and tea. And in the loft, we have her bedroom. Further down the hall and to the right, we have the room for Sleeping Beauty. And unfortunately, yes, we do have Maleficent in here. But we also have the spinning wheel. We have our birthday cake. I did switch up the little fairies hats a bit and I just kind of put them on the walls instead. Over here we have all of the sewing stuff. And in the loft we have her bed along with her forest friends and the birds holding Prince Philip's cape. Across from Aurora's room, we have Ariel's room, which is under the sea. And this room is so cute too. I love our little clam bed. We have Flounder, Sebastian. We have some little pufferfish and octopus friends, a bunch of coral. Then basically in the rest of the space is all of her collection. So she's got like compass, brushes, forks, telescopes, candles. It's full of thingamabobs. Then as we head to the top floor, this level of rooms is home to Snow White, Cinderella, Rapunzel, and Belle. I think Belle's room is so pretty. It just feels like Beauty and the Beast when you walk in here. You have the dining table full of all the plates and candles and teapots that are secretly people. Then we have tons of books literally everywhere. We have pretty chandeliers. The Beast is hiding in the bookshelf. And up in the loft, we have her bed with the rose. Across from Belle's room, we have Snow White's room, which kind of has a lot going on. Under the loft, we have her bedroom area with all of her forest animal friends. Then on this half of the room, we have all of the mining gems for the dwarves. And up in the loft, this is where they sleep. One of my other favorite rooms is Rapunzel's room. It just also, I feel like it screams Rapunzel. Like, I feel like it's very obvious that this is Rapunzel's room. We have the pretty banners, the lanterns floating everywhere. Literally every single one of her hobbies is on display. We have her tiara, the frying pan. Maximus is hanging out on the bed. And up in the loft, we have Pascal and all of her art supplies. The last room in this castle is for Cinderella. In Cinderella's room, she has a bunch of little mice friends helping her out. We have the bad cat, the dog, the horse, all of her cleaning supplies. Then by her bed, we have the pumpkins that her carriage could turn into. Obviously, we have some clocks. And up in the loft, we have her sewing stuff. So which room is your favorite in the castle? Or better yet, do you have a favorite Disney princess? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe.